Today on the channel, Star Wars Black Series Episode 1 Retro Card Mace Windu on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up out there at Action Figure Land? Sheriff and Way I Got It Figured back. This time with the first ever Star Wars Black Series review. I don't get a lot of Black Series. I do get some Black Series. I probably have mentioned in other videos discussing 6-inch scale figures. I feel like they're like hero versions, which is why I don't really believe in like army building 6-inch stormtroopers or alley vipers or, you know, Hydra and Shield guys or whatever. Maybe 3 at most. Usually 2, maybe 3 at most, depending, because they take up a lot of space on your shelf. So that said, I am a big Star Wars fan, as you already know because of my Star Wars vintage collection reviews. But I do have some Black Series figures. Mace Windu is one of my favorite figures in the entire in the entire Star Wars, story. My second favorite Jedi, my first favorite being the incomparable Luke Skywalker, of course. And I wanted a Mace Windu in the old Black Series box, but it was just really hard to get one. As far as the package, there's not a whole lot. This card is reminiscent of the 3.75 inch card from back in the day, just in Black Series scale. You got Mason here. On the back, you just got a bunch of really words. And there is some text. In a galaxy far, far away, an evil force is gaining strength and threatens an entire civilization. Mace Windu, a respected Jedi Master and senior member of the Jedi Council, Mace Windu wields a great deal of authority throughout the Galactic Republic. So there you go, Mace Windu's text and blurb. Next we'll get them out of the package and take a look at them. Okay, here we have Master Windu out of his package. He comes with a few accessories. His robe, which of course he's wearing, and his lightsaber, the Electrum lightsaber with the purple beam. The lightsaber does come out, the blade comes out of the hilt. You can't see the BMF on it, but you know it's there. It's there. As far as details of the figure, I mean the likeness to Samuel L. Jackson is pretty good. I believe this figure is, I don't know if it's exactly the same or if it's just repainted as the other one. I've yet to get a Mace Windu in the old packaging, as I mentioned. And I would like to get another one because I'd like to have one displayed without the robe, and then I could give the robe to Obi-Wan Kenobi or something like that. I have an archive Obi-Wan, and he is, he's sans robe, and I'm one of those guys. I prefer my Jedis with robes, so yeah, I would like that. Unlike in the vintage collection, there is no connector piece to where you can, attach the lightsaber to the belt. But the details are pretty excellent, front and back on this figure. He boasts the usual Star Wars Black Series articulation. I'm going to remove his robe just for a second, just for you guys. So here he is without his robe. Now, of course, all of this is plastic, but it's very well detailed. I had hoped that when they started doing selfie series figures, they would do, you know, like a couple of Jedi, and maybe have one be like, you know, Mace or something like that, you know. But I kind of get what they're doing with it, you know, because you have all manners of people in the world, different skin complexions and all of that. You got to do figures that that besides the head, you know, there'd be no need to, you know, you wouldn't see any other basically skin. But you know, maybe sometimes in the future, maybe they'll you know, improve the selfie series at some point. All right, so I'm gonna get him geared back up, and we will look at him with his accessories. All right, here's Mace with his lightsaber in hand, on his robe back on. You can have him kind of use both hands to hold his lightsaber. Just a sec here, let me set that up for you. And even though, you know, Star Wars Black Series figures, they have nice posability, it's not usually very dynamic posing. You know, his legs are bend at the knees, but the plastic in the tunic sort of prevents a lot of drastic posability, so to speak. But you can get them in a at least decent swordsman stance. There we go. So yeah, there you go. And you know, like I said, for me, Black Series figures are like hero versions. So even though my rather large vintage collection, you know, they all get kind of thrown in a box, pulled out and looked at every once in a while. The Black Series guys, I can stand them on a shelf and, you know, have a pretty definitive figure of whatever character you might happen to be looking at. The only thing that's going to be better is probably the SH Fig Arts or Hot Toys, or, you know, something imported. So, you know, for the amount of money I want to spend, you know, Black Series is kind of the top of the list. I have been tempted to get the SH Fig Arts Mandalorian Luke Skywalker, but outside of stuff like that, you know, Black Series is the tops. So there you go, Mace Windu. Final thoughts. Black Series retro card Mace Windu is, you know, a pretty cool figure. I was actually able to acquire it from Best Buy via a buddy of mine, Crossfire Collectibles, Phil, over at Crossfire Collectibles. Earlier this year, actually, I bought this figure in calendar year 2022. So it's been a few months since I bought him, but, you know, he's a recent relatively recent purchase. They were all drying up and I couldn't find one, and Phil found one for me, so thanks, Phil. So final thoughts for Mace Windu. You know, Black Series figures, again, definitive takes on iconic movie characters. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 because, you know, there's not much you can complain about, and there's not much you can improve. And even a repaint of a Star Wars character is still a definitive version. Perhaps the paint job is a little better than the old figure. I don't have it, so I can't really compare it. Maybe if I had both, I would say this was an 8, but I'm gonna give him a 9. So there you go. If you like the content, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've been watching my videos, I want to thank you for coming back and sticking with me as I do these. I wanted to dabble, you know, I'm going to dabble in Black Series. I'll do a playlist strictly for Black Series at some point. But they'll be, you know, kind of few and far in between because it's not the main focus of my collection. So, all right, still got some videos coming through the end of the year. We're not done by a long shot. So please stay tuned. I think I know what format I'm going to do the Victory Saber video in. I've been doing some writing and some planning and looking at videos, and now I kind of know how I want to handle it. And then, of course, we got some classified series still yet to do, and some Marvel Legends. All right, everybody, stay safe out there, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.